President-elect Donald Trump set to return to the White House in just a few months. Major U.S. companies are wasting no time bracing for one of the many promises he made while on the campaign trail: across-the-board tariffs on foreign goods.
Our Queen City News Chief Business Correspondent Taylor Young has been following the mixed reaction of this. What are you hearing, Taylor?
Yeah, so corporate America, like you said, is wasting no time preparing for what is expected to have a major impact on not only their bottom line, but their customers' bottom line. So right now they are coming up with plans in preparation for these tariffs being implemented. Now, just to clarify, tariffs are essentially a tax on imported goods. And as mentioned, Trump has pledged to impose tariffs on all goods coming into the U.S., but especially those coming from China. He promised a 60% increase. And usually when we hear the word higher taxes or fees, we might cringe a little bit, but there are pros to this. According to economists, higher tariffs can raise revenue for the federal government, and they can also make it easier for industries here in the U.S. to compete with foreign countries that produce goods for much cheaper. Now, on the flip side, though, these extra costs are typically passed down to the consumer. So what we are seeing right now is the CEOs of major U.S. companies really analyzing how this is going to impact their prices and if there are ways around this.
Is this hard and fast, like black and white, or are there any loopholes around it?
Well, the answer is pretty simple, but unfortunately it's not as easy as it sounds. Of course, the obvious fix here would to have all of your products be made or produced in the U.S., but that's simply just not possible. There's not enough manufacturing plants here in America. And of course, we know that it is a lot cheaper to bring these, to import these products in from overseas. So we do know that, when we were looking at, we couldn't figure out exactly how many companies import products from overseas. What we do know is that the U.S. is the world's largest importer, and the country that we import the most from is China. So when President Trump promises to put a 60% tariff on all Chinese imports, you're going to catch the attention from a lot of American CEOs. One of those CEOs is the CEO of the shoe company Steve Madden. Just days after Trump's reelection, the company said it was going to cut its Chinese production in half. So, I mean, that is a very big reaction to what could be coming here.
Now, obviously, it's not as easy as just saying here, but one of the thoughts is that these tariffs could mean that all manufacturing, would be, especially for shoes, now going to be done in America. Is that going to happen, Taylor?
So while that would be the goal when implementing tariffs, that's really not the reality here. So instead of the shoe company moving its production to the United States, the company says that it's actually going to start sourcing its goods from other countries like Brazil and Mexico. So, and those products would still be impacted by tariffs, but not as much as if they were coming from overseas, from China. So, are tariffs making waves in corporate America? Absolutely, yes. But right now, what we're seeing is CEOs trying to navigate how to kind of make it work best for them and make their products cheaper for their consumers.
Interesting. I mean, it does seem like President-elect has a plan. He definitely is a businessman, whether you agree with his tactics or not. So we'll have to see where this goes. All right, Taylor, thanks.